Welcome to another episode of Old School. It is Simon's Quest time. It's Castlevania time. It's time to dust off the old NES. So, I have played this game before. I've played a lot of this. Player 3, did you see that? So I'm emulating via RetroArch. Does it think I'm like player 3 on the controller? Does that mean how many lives I've got left? Or how many lives you start with? So as you could probably guess, guys, I'm emulating this via RetroArch, and yeah, I haven't played it since I was a kid in school. Do you want to buy the Thorn Whip? Yes, please. But no, it's not letting me. Is your currency hearts in this? I don't know why I'm asking all these questions, guys. You don't need to answer them. You can just chill and enjoy me reminiscing of Castlevania 2. Is it called Belmont's Quest in some regions, or did I dream that? It's Simon's Quest everywhere. Don't listen to me. Don't ever listen to me. Except listen to me now, because we're talking about Simon's Quest. Yeah, so I played a lot of this. I had it for my birthday. I always remember going to this little indie shop, independent video game store that we had in town. And my parents took me there and said, pick a game for your birthday. I did that most years. I always had a game for my birthday. They were expensive. And that was like always my present. That was my only present. My parents are not wealthy. As an aside there. And, oh, I remember this. Bouncing werewolves. Or wolves. What are they? Are they werewolves? So, yeah. I was like, let's check out Simon's Quest. It looks RPG. Well, it is RPG, kind of. And it's my sort of game from looking at the screenshots on the back of the box. And I have to say, guys, I was disappointed. It's not a bad game. Because if this was a bad game, it would feature on the bad video games playlist. Shameless plug. Check out that playlist on the channel. It's interesting. Let's just say that. But yeah, back to this. It's not a bad game. But it's not up there with, oh, I remember this. What a horrible night to have a curse. Yeah, there's a day-night cycle in this game. And it all kicks off in the night. Basically, from what I can remember, when you go through towns in the nights, the NPCs are in their homes. Yeah, player 2's, so many lives we've got. The NPCs are in their homes. Or they board themselves up at home and all the monsters come out. This is why I didn't like this game, guys. I don't think the platforming and the action-y bits are particularly well designed. It's just a frustrating game. Let's try that again. And I have got some reviews open in front of me on the iPad. Look at this, guys. Oh, memories are flooding back. And that is what old school is about. It's going back to the old school. What are these supposed to be? Mermen. So yeah, I like the Castlevania series. But this isn't an entry that I like. I have to say. I might check out Castlevania, the first one. Now I've... played a bit of this. Might feature that on the channel as well. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see that as well. We have featured Castlevania on Old School before. Dave was with me. I think it was a SNES. Was it Super Castlevania we looked at? My memory, as you all know, is not very good. Yeah. So what I was doing there. So start is pull your menu up. Select is pause, which is quite strange. But I was trying to check if I can use the hearts. You just look, you just can't. So they must be currency. But I kind of regretted. I mean, I didn't tell my parents at the time because I didn't want to hurt their feelings, because they'd just spent, I think it was 35 quid. My long-term memory is really good. It's my short-term memory that's really bad. But yeah, I think they spent 35, 40 quid on this. So I didn't want to sound like a spoilt kid and say to them, I don't really like the game. But I didn't. I remember lending it to some guy in school, and he lent me a game in return. And he said the same. He was like, nah, I'm not feeling that Simon's Quest. And the reviews I'm glancing over now. When I get a chance, guys, I will tell you about the reviews. Music's fantastic. Graphically, I really like this game. It's got the Turtles look, isn't it? Graphical design. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or Hero Turtles was the NES bundle that my parents bought me for one Christmas. That's how I owned the NES. It was the Turtles pack. And again, graphically and musically, very similar in style. Oh, no. Because that's Konami as well, Turtles. I love Turtles. That was tough. Very difficult. And I don't mean Turtles in Time. I don't mean the arcade port. I mean, like, the side-scroller like this. Although there are little map sections. Anyway, this isn't about Turtles. This is about Simon's Quest. A morning has broken. What I might do is go back to that town, because the NPCs should come out to play now. So many memories of this game. I never got far in it. What's this about? Empty house? Yeah, I never got far in this game. I think more out of tedium than actually getting stuck. You've got a friend waiting for you in the town of Algiba. That's the thing with this game. The vagueness. Like, where is that? I don't think these messages and conversations and dialogue work in a game of this style. It's fine in an RPG, top-down Zelda Link to the Past style, whatever, and there's signs and a map when you hit the pause button. It doesn't work in this. It's all left and right. It's like, where do I go to find that? The town of whatever. And that was my issue with this game, and I just fell off, because a lot of the towns look very similar to each other. Look at this dude. Oh, he recharges your energy, I remember that. The church dude. Reception. Famitsu, it had a 28 out of 40 score. So Famitsu, if you didn't know, just seeing if I can get through that little gap. You can't. Is a Japanese publication. It's not the best of scores, but it's not bad. GameSpot, in a retrospective review, gave it 6.5 out of 10. Game Trailers, 7.5 out of 10. And IGN, a 7 out of 10. So, again, it's not bad, and I would agree. It's what I was saying at the top of this video. It's not a bad game. It's just frustrating and vague. There is a bit on the on the wiki reception article, which interested me, because it said reviews of Simon Quests that have been critical were made about the backtracking, easy bosses, and the day-to-night cycle. A common complaint was its English localization. This isn't easy, by the way, guys, reading this and using my whip. Where was I? Oh, I don't know. I should pause it, really, but I don't want to, because you don't want to just sit there looking at me with a pause screen on. Yeah, the common complaint was its English localization, cryptic and poorly translated clues from non-player characters. There you go. So yeah, that is an issue with some games, is the, again, localization and translations and that kind of thing, especially when it's a Japanese to English. There are some words as well in Japanese that don't translate to English at all. There's no word for it in English. Don't ask me how that's a thing. It just is. I remember reading that somewhere. But anyway, yeah, it doesn't really work, I don't think, for the Western audience, this game. And the Japanese audience as well tend to enjoy harder games than the Western audience, hence why Dark Souls is so popular. It's a Japanese developed game. It's very popular in the West now as well, but started life over there as Demon Souls, didn't it? And then way back we had the likes of this game. We had the likes of Mario, the original Mario 2, being too hard or deemed to be too difficult for a Western audience, hence why we had Mario Bros 2, which was just what you all know. I like Mario Bros 2, our version of it. I think it's a good game, but Lost Levels we received later on as an addition, which just sums up how they thought of Western players. I don't know why, because our 8-bit home computer games were really difficult, and we loved it, kind of. But anyway, that's Simon's Quest on the NES. It's decent going back and looking at this, but yeah, check out more content I've got coming to the channel. We've got come to the channel, and I'll speak to you all very soon.